Alright, everybody, we're back. And this is a progress update on the Mack truck DM600. And I had thought I was thinking of doing it as a Pacific Northwest, maybe like a logger. But I'd have to fabricate the railing, the headache board, that the logging trucks typically used. It was kind of I don't know, open frame metal structure that bolted onto the frame right behind the cab. Kind of had these two almost like butterfly wings on it, and I've been looking at some drawings, some pictures, illustrations of them. There was I think one of the AMT kits actually includes one, but I think that kit's out of production. I want to say it was maybe it was a white truck, white manufacturing. Anyway, I may or may not just go ahead and make one of my own out of styrene products. Evergreen makes a whole lot of different kinds of styrene stock, tubing and extrusion and so forth. Anyway, this is our frame to this point. I haven't painted it yet. I'm still just doing the basic frame assembly, getting it ready for the paint. You know, we got the working steering, such as it is. I may just end up gluing that. I don't know, fixing it in one position or another. It's kind of a gimmick. I don't know how sturdy it is. The rear differentials are in axles, so you can kind of see all that. Anyway, this is our current progress on the build. This is where I am at on the engine. This is literally the first step of engine assembly. Putting together the side tanks. You see, I'm doing a lot of heavy sanding here. I want to get rid of these seams. These will be painted probably in the body color. I'll probably mask off some of the diamond tread just for, you know, the aesthetic of it. But the rest of this will be body color. And then we'll come back in and we'll repaint the straps. I thought of just leaving them chrome, but they fall into the areas that need to be sanded, so they'll have to be painted. They'll have to be repainted in polished aluminum, probably. I might use the contrasting body color. The two-tone job I'm looking at here is it's a Pacific Northwest kind of combination. It's kind of a hunter green with racing white, and there might be either a silver or yellow gold accents, just this very small pinstripe of yellow gold or something, just to offset all that. The kit goes together pretty well. It was tricky getting the frame square. I think we got it flat and square. It appears to be, to my eye at this point in the assembly. It's often hard to tell until you get the wheels on and get closer to final assembly to see exactly, but it looks pretty straight, at least to the eye. A couple of different things on the kit. Part number callouts that were incorrect. I'm just trying to pull them up in front of me here. Okay, this part here is called out on the plan as number 280. It's actually 181. That was one item. I think there were a couple of one or two others that were a little tricky. Oh yeah, the illustration for attaching the body mount here. In the illustration, it looks like you're mounting this thing vertically, but there's no way for it to mount that way. That's not how it's molded. And it appears to me that it must be horizontal, so I've installed it that way. If I'm wrong, we'll just pull it off and rearrange things to make it work. Also, for our exhaust, muffler on this rig. I'm going to cut this off right about here, I think, and then use a piece of just plain aluminum. We'll just bring it up and cut it at a 45. I'm not going to try to radius a bend into it. I'm just going to do a flat straight cut. I may use this diameter, or we may go real heavy on it, get loud. Maybe we'll put this larger diameter on there. So the way we do that to make it fit without rattling, we'll just wrap this in 2 places with about a 1/4 inch wide strip of tape, and just wrap it in 2 places. The tape wrap will be of a diameter that just allows the aluminum sleeve to just fit right over, so that'll hold it in place and prevent it from being wobbly at all. It'll just be a nice solid construction onto this piece here, which will again be sawed off about here. And I believe I'll be painting this in the body color. There's way too much chrome for a construction utility truck that this is. This was really not an over-the-road hauler. It was geared way too low for that, I think, was one of the reasons. But logging, it was used for that, used in construction, large sites, mining and land use, that kind of thing. So that's the sort of model, or the kind of the direction I'll be taking it in as I build it. Right, again, this is our current progress. Lots of work to do yet. We're really just getting started. The wheels went together pretty well. These are going to be painted also, but I haven't glued anything yet. I got to pull these apart for paint. I just, these are assembled just so I could see how they work. The wheels will turn once they're installed in here. I actually like the way these are done. A lot of car model and truck model kits, they don't do a very good job of engineering on this. And what you end up with is something either, typically the wheels don't roll. In some cases it's such a flimsy attachment that they can fall off. And in this case, this is a beefy construction. These are pretty solid axles here. The way this is sleeved into the hub is nice. I did put a little bit of the grease in there, it's like Vaseline or whatever, petroleum jelly they call it. So we use that on the wheels so that they function smoothly once we get it assembled. It's not mission critical for a shelf model to have rolling, working wheels, turning wheels. It's not steering, none of that stuff. This won't be connected to a steering wheel. It's just it's kind of a challenge is all it is, a building challenge. Can you do this without getting glue all over your fingers and your face? And that's so, that's why it's kind of, it's a challenge. And if you get it done, and that's good, and then decide later just to glue everything up, so be it. Alright, so our paint scheme on this is going to be a 2-tone, like I said. On here, way over here. I'm in the wrong place entirely. Here we go. It'll be predominantly white. The upper body will be the racing white. The green, hunter green, is going to come around the nose, cover the fenders, basically follow this line onto the side of the truck, and then from the side of the truck where it comes off of that line, off of the hood, so right here, it's going to come back just to the door, and then we'll drop that line again, and then the green will just be in the lower 1/4 inch, wrapping around the cab. The yellow or gold, harvest gold stripe will probably just be a line that I trace just along the top edge of that paint line. So we'll just come in here probably with a yellow Sharpie, or I might just mask and paint a stripe in there. I'm still working that out. I can, a fine stripe like that I could just hand paint. I wouldn't have to spray. So I could just mask it locally and not have to mask the whole cab and remask it, the paint. But I'm working that out too. Still working that out. I may just go with a black stripe. That I can do with trim tape. So anyway, that's the plan. We should have a nice little representation of a utility construction Mac DM600 when we get finished here. The wheels and rims I'm thinking are going to be white with the green hub. And what I'll come back and do after I get these painted white is I'll just come back and re-chrome just the rim, just the edge of the rim right there. And that'll be the same for the front wheel. We'll just whiten the wheel itself, and then green hub center, and then chrome the edges of the rim. I think that's how we'll make it look. And again, we're eliminating most of the chrome here. These trucks just didn't have a whole lot of polish work on them. They didn't have all that on them. Much more of a utility style vehicle than that. So, all right, everybody have a good day, and we'll get back soon with the next video.